Welcome to Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup. No guest tonight. Again, I'm sorry. Last week was a cancellation. This week I didn't have a guest. It was planned to do open lines and extend Worldwide Web of Weird. And that's what we are going to do. Because next Sunday is Labor Day weekend and I'm camping with the family. No show next Sunday. So I didn't want to go that long without a show. But we're just going to do another open line show. Probably a short show tonight. Actually have Rob with us, which is great because it's been a little while. And we are looking forward to getting to hang out with him again because I miss him so much, and I'm sure you guys have too. But we don't want to keep him too late, and I got the kids are back in school, so I'm up every morning at 6:30 a.m. after this show. So when I have guests, those shows go 3 hours usually, but when it's open lines, they're a little bit shorter. But I do want to hear from you guys tonight. Call in. We got lots of stuff in the World Wide Web of Weird still. Weird just keeps happening, obviously. And we might play some psychic games and some stuff like that, but I'd love to just have a conversation. Last week we had some great callers. I'd love to hear that again tonight. We'll see what happens. A lot to get into, so let's go ahead and roll into the show. Welcome to another night of Paranormal Soup. As I said before, I'm your host, Jason Bland. No guests tonight, open lines, World Wide Web of Weird. You call in, you make the show. Already seen you guys in the chat room. And I will try to definitely, if you're a YouTube channel member, and if I try to recognize my Patreon, some of them are both. We try to highlight your comments. If you want to become a YouTube channel member, or a Patreon. The Patreon link's in the description, and I'm sure you figure it out if you've already done it on YouTube. But it has helped support the show. And, donations too. They do help, but you don't have to. If you're here and you're sharing the show and you're just here for the conversation, that's good enough for me. And I'm glad to have you here. Tonight, joining me as always, is my beautiful co-host, Jamie D. How you doing tonight, Jamie?
Doing well, thank you. Excited that Rob made it.
Yes, we have Rob Autry himself. I don't want to say back from the dead.
I'll say it. Back from the dead, like
Kind of was.
Yeah, I know. It's scary times, man. So I'm so glad you're here with us tonight to hang out. I was shocked. He surprised me, and I was here doing my little listen to Paranormal Roundtable. Josh Turner is live right now. Listen, they're telling some good junkyard, really cool junkyard ghost stories, and I always think junkyards are totally haunted. So I was listening to that, and Rob jumped in and scared me on the channel. I didn't expect him to hop on that early. So yeah, I'm glad to have you here, Rob. We got a lot of weird to get to, and Rob's gonna man it tonight. So let's go ahead and roll into the World Wide Web of Weird. Tonight on the World Wide Web of Weird, last week we talked about a man. What is his name? He goes by here. Charles Snake Stewart. Charles the Snake Stewart, yes. Giving a Bigfoot exhibition at the New York State Fair, has claimed he has a Bigfoot body. Well, I did some more digging into this. I watched an interview with this guy. I've debated if I can get away with showing. I'd like to at least show one part of it. Rob might be able to pull that up. You'll have to hear it yourself probably. But, yeah, we'll let you decide if this is really a Bigfoot. For those listening on the Paranormal Soup radio network, we are a live stream out to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. If you want to come watch, we'll have some videos tonight, some pictures, like dead Bigfoot pictures, possibly, or I don't know. But here it is. This is the guy. This is Charles Snake Stewart. The dubious claims courtesy of Charles Snake Stewart, a Bigfoot enthusiast and father of three who has spent years investigating the mystery with the Adirondack Mountains region. According to reports, his team discovered a Bigfoot corpse in the woods, and now it's on display at the Horticulture Building at the Great New York State Fair from August 20th to September 1st. You better hurry up, people. The creature, which has been nicknamed Dak, is said to be 8 foot tall, muscular, covered in thick brown hair, and has facial features described as a mix of human and ape. An analysis of its scat, that's poop, has allegedly revealed that it's an omnivore, eats both meat and plants. If this all sounds too good to be true, however, that's likely because it is. Critics argue that the corpse is little more than a costume in mass. The fact that it is necessary to purchase a ticket to get it in to see it doesn't exactly help. Here's some more images if you go through with the Bigfoot. Should be some more images. Yeah, this is him. It's like he should be doing like the, like pose like, what is it they do? What is it, the pose they do? Like, like next to the body. That's what I feel like he's doing there. All these years, I said last week, all these, hundreds of years, nobody's just stumbled upon a dead Bigfoot body in the woods as far as we know, or claim to. But this guy does. This is it now. State Fair. You'd think, when did he find this? I think it'd be more decomposed, right? What are they preserving that with in that glass case? I don't know. Do you think you can pull up that article and get to that clip at all?
Maybe.
I almost want people to hear the words themselves from Charles the Snake Stewart.
And no animals came to rip it apart.
Right. Well, we're going to get into this a little bit here tonight about what's going on in our woods and animals and freaky growing things on them. Be warned. Be warned. I'm warning you now tonight. So those listening, you might want to stay listening. And for those watching, I'm going to pre-warn you. There might be some animal pictures tonight that are going to kind of make your skin crawl. A couple different stories. Things are happening in our woods I don't quite understand. Maybe this explains why people just stumble upon a dead Bigfoot because they're dying of some unknown disease. Maybe we're getting zombie Bigfoots. Or that's the next Amazon Prime movie, baby. Zombie Bigfoots.
Yeah, he doesn't have big, like, warts and horns growing off.
According to Snake Stewart, he is. And as proof, is named Dak.
I was shooting audio into
him.
Owls, and I started getting owls back. That's when the spine started tingling, and I knew we had something more definitive out there.
Then when camping with some friends, Snake made the life-changing discovery.
I smelled something real pungent. I follow my nose deeper, and bam! Bigfoot's body, 8 foot long,
bam.
Poison ivy patch. It was so stinky. I had to call up some friends to help me get this body out of the woods. It was decomposing quite rapidly.
Snake
didn't look like it in the pictures I saw.
North of Old Forge. Now I'll take a Bigfoot of my own over here, where there's also pieces of evidence, such as this fur sample and the footprint from the day Snake found.
They really need to see this guy, though.
There might have been
it's unreal.
2 Bigfoots battling. It could have been something to
2
do with
Bigfoots battling now,
or it could have been just 2 males.
Here he is.
Not sure about what transpired, but there was definitely 2 at the site where we found the body.
There he is.
There might be multiple Bigfoots out there. I needed to know if other urban legends could be true.
If I got Bigfoot, let me tell you, brother, there could be anything out there.
Becoming a believer at the new.
Yeah, I want to see the report on that first
Slim
sample.
Jimmy's gave up.
Thank you, Rob. That's what we needed you, Rob. Well, and then we lost Rob. What happened to Rob? I was just saying, oh no. Hold on, come back, Rob. Crashed Rob to show the clip of the douche. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, but it was in service to that. People had to see the douchebaggery of that. I don't know. Like, it felt like that was like an actor playing a comedy part in a movie about Bigfoot in the woods. Like, this isn't real. Like, that guy isn't real, right? That's an actor, right? Like, I mean, it looks like, it just seems like it's a comedy part. Like,
Or he was ready to wrestle it.
I don't know. That's what energy drinks do to you. All right, come on, Rob. Come back. No.
It's like, if
What
you
do
got
I happen?
Bigfoot, that's a big deal. Like, who cares about what else is out there right now? I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there, but you'd be the only person in the whole wide world.
I bet that dude, like, drinks Monsters for breakfast.
Oh, for sure.
This guy doesn't represent Oklahoma. All right. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm going to check messages. We
He's
lost
probably
Rob.
restarting his computer.
Yeah. The guy was so, his douchiness, there he is. His
There he is.
douchiness was overwhelmed Rob's computer.
Yep. That's a douche canoe.
Yeah, it overwhelmed your computer there, man.
The 80s called and they want their sunglasses and headband back.
Like, I picture, like, it just seems like somebody like, what's that, what's a comedian, like, would do some douchey part like this, like Will Ferrell or
Stifler. He's like taking off the glasses.
yeah, I don't know,
that
like somebody
Bigfoot.
like making fun of people that believe in Bigfoot and or
Snap into
tons
a
of
Slim
energy
Jim.
drinks, right? Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't seem like this is a real person. He is. That is Snake. That is Charles Snake Stewart, man. I met the Tiger King in real life, and he seemed pretty. That was before he was famous, and he seemed pretty way out there too. So there's just those people, man.
He's a horrible, horrible man. Shooting people's horses. Oh, I'll take care of it for you. And then
Tiger King.
Yeah, and shot.
Oh yeah,
this
he liked
lady's-
them boys young. He liked them boys young. That's why I said. And I met the man. Yeah,
was
he
a
had a
good
little entourage of boys. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I said. When I saw that guy made it on some TV reality show, I'm like, what? Oh, that's going to end
Well, he
badly
came in
for
your
some network.
store.
Anyways. All right, we got an Oklahoma. We have something about Oklahoma here. Oklahoma motorist sees possible Bigfoot crossing river. Like I said, maybe these things go in the woods. If there are things like we're about to talk about going in the woods, is Bigfoot in danger? And maybe we'll see him more. So that's the next article. Rob's searching with it without crashing his computer.
Yeah. Maybe.
I'll read while he finds it. Let me know when you do. Oh, you got it? Okay. Because I look down when I read them. I don't see when you have it up there. But I got this from Tim Binnell from Coast to Coast. Motorist crossing a bridge in Oklahoma was stunned when he looked down at the river below and spotted what appeared to be a Sasquatch. The intriguing sighting detailed in a report to the Bigfoot Field Research Organization occurred August 4th as witness Jeff Powers was driving along a highway at a point where the road turns into a bridge over the Canadian River. He gazed over at the water and noticed a very large black figure walking across the river. Stressing the monstrous size of the mysterious traveler, he noted that I could make out the wake in the water from its passage. Although Powers could not discern any specific details of the figure due to its fleeting nature of the sighting, he was certain that it was bipedal. The understanding made him suspect that it could have been a Bigfoot, since it was rather unlikely that a singular person... Oh, okay, there it is. There we go. Bigfoot, rather unlike a singular person, would be crossing the river at that particular location. Well, I mean, we had that one famous video of the Bigfoot going through the river, but people still speculated that was like a hunter in a suit wading through the river. To his credit, the curious motorist immediately turned around at the first opportunity and headed back along the bridge in another direction, hoping for a better understanding of what he had just witnessed. However, by the time he returned to the spot, there was no sign of the strange figure that had seemingly crossed the river at the remarkable speed. Now, a person doing that, in a big suit's not going to be very fast. They're going to be very slow. So I think this guy's judgment's probably right on that this is something not human, but I don't know. It's too bad. No camera footage, and if he did, we still wouldn't believe it, or it'd be blurry. We couldn't tell.
My favorite Bigfoot still is remember the buff Bigfoot?
Yeah.
The muscly Bigfoot.
The muscly Bigfoot. That is, I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you think that one's real?
I don't know.
I mean, it was pretty, if that's a fake, it was pretty well done.
Yeah.
Like the Patterson Gimlin film, well done. If that's a fake, which I don't think it is. But that was like, man, that I would, if you ran into that Bigfoot in the woods, you better just keep quiet and back off, man, because that thing would like rip your goddamn head off. Yeah. All right, let's move on. All right, so like I said, we're going to talk about stuff going on. This next one is about, we talked about the British big cats. In an eyebrow-raising story out of England, a woman believes that she drove past a dead big cat that was later removed by the police. I cannot say that word right now. Surreptitiously moved by the police. Sorry, I cannot talk. According to a local media report, the curious case occurred on the evening of August 5th when Jody Jenkins and her partner were cruising along a highway and noticed a downed animal on the center median. As their car approached the creature, she observed that it had two thick hind legs and an inordinately long tail that curved back on itself. Based on the size of the tan-colored animal, Jenkins posited there was no way it was a deer. Remarkably, when she asked her partner about the peculiar sight and suggested that it was a big cat, he answered he was going to say the same thing, but he didn't want to look stupid. Certain that they had spotted one on the felines many believe roamed the British countryside, and Jenkins detailed her sighting in a Facebook group devoted to the phenomenon, which is where the story took a weird turn. According to her, an individual responding to the post indicated they were also traveling along that stretch of highway at the time and saw the animal they too believed was a big cat. That named witness recalled how they turned around at the nearest rest station to go back and get a better look at the downed creature, but came upon something far stranger instead. When they arrived at the location, the other motorists said they spied two police officers carrying a large animal in a white sheet. When a local media outlet contacted area officials about the intriguing account, they asserted that they had received no reports of a downed big cat. The dismissive report that has added fuel to the long-standing theory that the presence of such creatures in England is being actively covered up by authorities. If big cats are living in the wild in the UK, that should be something to celebrate, to be proud of, but that doesn't seem to be the case, lamented Jenkins, who speculated the reason these animals are kept hidden or secret is to protect the animal's safety from humans. That's the thing with the big cats. A lot of times in these stories, it seems like the police or whatever are covering it up. And I've always wondered, what would be the big deal? It'd just be like, hey, we have big cats in England. It's not like Bigfoot. It's not, like a creature we don't know of. You just know now you have it in your area. Always have. Why are they covering it up? I mean, maybe it was just they thought they saw a cat and it was just two cops cleaning up a dead animal, but it sounds like they checked in it and there's no reports of that.
But there's been so much proof of it. Like, why deny it?
I know. That's what I find so weird about the big cat situation in England. It's like it's still being like tried to keep hush, hush, even though people see it all the time and video it. I don't know. I don't see the reason why they don't want humans to go after them. Okay, but by keeping it secret, I don't think that helps either. And what happens when one of these days these things take a person down? Most of the time, they stay away from humans. They're not stupid animals. They know we're the stupid animals and stay away. But sometimes they get hungry enough and they take a person down. It happens in America. Mountain lions. All right, we'll move on because things are getting weird in the wilderness. I'm going to get through this before we go to commercial break, and we got a lot more other stuff. All right, so this is the word of warning. All right, it's already up. Sorry, too late. Mutant deer spotted with terrifying flesh bubbles as fear grows of animal outbreak in the U.S. Mutant species turned across America continues with black-bubbled deer. Even though we were only just recovered from the Colorado's poor Frankenstein rabbits and zombie squirrels. We'll get to the zombie squirrels. Now it's time to do some other growth-ravaged animals over Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. A picture spreading around, for lack of better words, through the social media showcase several warty deers going about their business. One person took to Reddit to share a deer that they had spotted in their backyard a month ago, writing, "Not sure what's wrong with her or how we can help. Gunshot wound? No, those aren't gunshot wounds. Tumor, fireworks, prion disease. That's what scares me. I when I was a kid, hunting deer for my grandfather and uncle and family members was a regular thing, and having venison was a regular thing. And I liked venison. I would never touch it now. And it's, I would never eat anything from the wild anymore. Because if you listen to, what's the doctor's name? Really good expert on this about prion. We had her on the show. Remember? We had her on the show about prions and how they experimented on. It was a great episode. And now it's killing me. I can't remember. I just don't remember things off the top of my head. Guests like that. She was a great guest, and it was about the prions and all that stuff. The government, we released this stuff into this country and into the wild, and it's still happening. I do not trust these facilities with this stuff anymore.
No.
And God knows what's going on in the animal. And like I said, could that affect Bigfoot? Could that push Bigfoot out in the wild? What does it say? The excuse. What is this one? This article's going nuts on me. Ugh, more wordy pictures I'm getting on mine. According to the Maine Department of Inland Fishery and Wildlife, these fatty lumps are the result of a condition called deer fibroma, which they say is caused by species-specific papilloma virus, something like that.
Like the
similar to the cottontail
yeah.
of the rabbits, right?
Yeah.
So why are they all both getting this at the same time? Right?
Yeah, all of us, and they're like, okay, well, the ones came out, the rabbit was like last year, but then the other one the deer shows back to 2023.
Well, let's go to the
rabbit
squirrels.
shows back to the 1913.
Let's move on to the zombie squirrels next. Let's go to the zombie squirrels, Article 5. Then we got somehow the zombie squirrels scare me more than the deer. Because you ever met a crazy squirrel? I have. They are vicious. Squirrels covered in pulse-filled, warts-like tumors have been spotted sulking through the backyards of the United States, according to a report. The grotesque-looking gray squirrels photographed in states like Maine, across parts of Canada, have appeared in recent months, again, with oozing sores, hairless patches on their heads and limbs. Citing a flurry of social media users spotting the critters on Reddit and X, photos report of afflicted squirrels date back to the mid-2023, but signs have surged again this summer, the outlet said. So now we got
It's all reoccurring, but I can't find any articles for any of this except for the thing that the rabbit has dating back to the 1913 or 30s. Yeah. But I can't find nothing on the rabbit. I can't find.
But
nothing.
what's making these suddenly outbreaks in all these animals happen across this Midwest and East Coast, and all the way from the East Coast to West Coast, basically.
I kept my mouth shut on the rabbit, even though right then I thought, okay, that's kind of just...
Well, then let's go to Article 6 before we run out of time on that. Because you get all that, and then you hear, person tests positive for the plague after being bitten by an infected flea, health officials say. We got that one. South Lake Tahoe, California. Health officials say South Lake Tahoe resident has been tested positive for the plague. According to El Dorado County health officials, an unidentified resident is under the care of medical professionals and is recovering at home after testing positive. Officials say that they believe the person may have been bitten by an infected flea while camping in the Lake Tahoe area. I'm going camping. Not there, thankfully. Plague is naturally present in many parts of California, including the higher elevation areas of El Dorado County. It is important that individuals take precautions for themselves and their pets when outdoors. The bacteria that cause the plague, Yersinia Piscitis, I butchered that, are most often transmitted by the bite of fleas that have acquired the bacteria from infected squirrels. I mean, we've covered it. They've had, like in down Texas, they've had the plague happen. Somebody got it. I'm just saying, we're getting all these weird, crazy stories like this of the mutant animals coming out of the woods, people getting the plague, going camping. Like, what is going on? What is going on? Like, did you have that? I'm a bit worried with all the shakeups and changings helping.
They let out all the mosquitoes, 2023. They let out all the mosquitoes to combat the bird flu, okay? And they had the time release boxes around LA. You could see the helicopters dumping them. They had said that they were females. They would only eat the bad mosquitoes, and it would bring down the threat of the West Nile. My whole entire life living in California, I've never been in an outbreak in West Nile. We had an outbreak that year. 5 of our resident crows died on our lawn back here. Turned them in. They tested positive. I was on a walk. Dead crows. They said, Dublin out here has the most, like the crows are the ones that are dying. The worst case of bird flu ever was the year they put all this out.
Yeah, and that's usually how it works in them and humans.
It's happening again this year, and again, Dublin is where.
Well, let's go to the last one here before we go to break of the because usually I do 7 articles and then we go and have a guest. I got 7 articles and I got 7 more after this. Let's go to the last one because all these stressors, all these things going on in the world, and all the doomsday, we're doomed. Atlas 3i is coming. We'll talk about that tonight. I think this is what's leading to this next article from Vice. These stressed out adults are turning to pacifiers. Up next.
Oh,
next
God.
Article. Hopefully.
There
it is. Sleep isn't coming easily these days, neither is calm. And for thousands of young adults in China, the solution isn't therapy, exercise, or even melatonin. It's China. It's adult-sized pacifiers. They're everywhere on Chinese e-commerce platforms like Taobao, if I say that, and JD.com, selling for as little as 10 yen, or whatever, or $1.40. They're marked as sleep aids, stress relievers, even tools to help quit smoking. As for a lot of people, that's not enough to click by. According to South China Morning Post, some shops are selling thousands of them every month. Well, I predict this happens in America, too. We got a lot of people, little babies that need pacifiers. I don't know. But
there's a lot of people that I could pop those in their mouth, like, here.
I think with everything going on in the world, I think a lot of people need a lot of different things for pacification. Let's not walk around with pacifiers in our mouths. Let's not do that here in America. China can do it, but let's not do the pacifier thing. But I think it's already started. I've already seen some kids doing that here.
It's already
Haven't you?
started.
You already seen it. You've seen it. I've seen it. There's been kids walking around with pacifiers. I'm going, what's wrong with that kid? Get that thing out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Can you ride the short bus, son?
but that was also for the play, like the whatever play, where like they dress up like little kids.
I don't know, but don't put a pacifier in your mouth if you're not a
Yeah.
baby. That's all I gotta say. But that we got more of the World Wide Web of Weird, but we're gonna go to commercial break and come back and talk more weird, but open up the phone line so you can join the conversation and give your own thoughts on the weird and your own weird experiences, whatever you want to really get into. Not politics, let's not do that. But you want to talk about the weird, strange, and unusual. When we come back from the short commercial break, the phone lines will be open, but wait till we come back from commercial break. All right, guys, we'll be right back.
You were brought here for one purpose, necromancy.
A ceremony dating back to the pre-Christian era. It's the art of reviving the dead. It requires involvement with evil spirits by the person performing the act.
The devil god brings life to the dead.
No, please. No, please.
And death to the living. Necromancy. Starring Orson Welles and Pamela Franklin. From Cinerama releasing. In color, rated PG, parental guidance suggested.
If you are interested in discovering the truth about the paranormal and want to hear from leading researchers in the field, join Justin Brown on his 3 weekly shows named My Paranormal Soapbox, Necromancer Live Show, and the Supernatural Symposium, live on Facebook, YouTube, and InterfaceDeath.net.
He is conducting an experiment into the combined effects of sensory deprivation and hallucinatory drugs. The subject of the experiment is himself, and the experiment is out of control. Ken Russell's Altered States, a film that must not be missed, is in the West End now. Altered States, Certificate X.
Hello, I am Fernando Martinez. I think by now you know I am an emotional kind of guy. People stop me in the street and say, Fernando, what the hell is wrong with me? Silk shirt, hairy chest, enough aftershave to drown a household pet, but I still cannot get a woman. I tell them you are an ignorant fool. Without a symbol of power and fertility around your neck, what kind of woman is going to respect you? That is why I have teamed up with Medallion Man, the shop for medallion needs. Medallion Man caters to all levels of masculinity. For the strong, silent type, a medallion the size of a hubcap will say everything that needs to be said. Even singing medallions for the Casanova, who knows music is the food of love. Model trains, dollhouses, diapers, whatever your interest, we've got a medallion for you. Don't forget, every woman knows if you can't support a medallion, you can't support a family.
This is the sound of a space clock aboard a U.S. satellite 180 miles above the Earth. No one winds up this timepiece. It's powered by a tiny battery, a battery that delivers power for years without replacement. Now the same type of battery, the Duracell battery, can bring new reliability and long life to your battery-operated equipment. Radios, cameras, toys, all run far longer. Duracell batteries, the long-distance power cells, outlast any ordinary battery. The same type of battery that keeps space clocks running for years can bring long life to anything powered by batteries. Dura, as in durable. Cell, as in power cell. The Duracell battery, made by Mallory.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Tonight on Paranormal Soup, it is open lines and extended worldwide web of weird. And yes, we do have more weird articles for you tonight. And a shorter show usually on these kind of nights. But I will be opening up the phone lines here in just a second. I will get the numbers running on the screen. I'll read them out to the radio audience. If you want to call in, join the conversation. You got something weird you want to talk about tonight, I want to hear it. We had great callers last week. I hope we get some good ones tonight. If not, it's all right. You know, I'm happy just to have Rob here with us. This was awesome tonight to have him back. Just to get to hang out, you know, this is how we live in different states, so this is my way of hanging out with Jamie and Rob on Sunday night. So I'm glad to have him here, but I'm glad to have you, and I hope you join us tonight with these conversations about the weird. I got a lot more articles, so let's go ahead and get rolling back into it. All right, so we should be on number 8 here. Witches in the sky. You know, before I get into this, I had one associate that worked for me that I think he had his mom. He was born in, like, I think Serbia, was that what? And his dad was Iranian, his mom was Lebanese and had Saudi ties. He's, you know, multiple parts of the world, and he had told me a story of seeing when he was young what he thought was like flying witches. Because I always like to ask people that grew up in other parts of the world, like, you know, what's your paranormal, like, what weird things happen? You know, I think it's interesting to hear it from different cultures and their takes on it. And he said when he was a young boy, he thought he saw him and his friends flying witches. And people will scoff at that kind of thing, but people do. I listen to Paranormal Roundtable, Josh Turner, he's got some brouhahas, or whatever you call them, and these, you know, witches and stuff. I mean, we had Abe Cias on here talking about that. People see these scenes still, and obviously people saw them way back in the day. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is a drone. It could be. I don't know. But let me get to the article on this. What did I have this from? I got it from Unexplained Mysteries. Unidentified object dubbed a witch filmed in the skies over France. Little actually known about the clip other than that it was filmed by a woman somewhere in France. It shows an object which some described as roughly humanoid in shape, rising very slowly in the sky behind an apartment block on a relatively cloudy day. The object seems to hover for a while. The trouble with the clip is that it's very difficult to make out what the object could be. The woman zooms in to get a better shot, but this makes the object more distorted. Some have speculated some sort of balloon or drone, probably. Others suggest it could be an experimental jetpack flight. Others think it's a witch. That's what they titled it on here. Go ahead and film. Hit the play button. Let you decide. Maybe it's some military black op on a hoverboard like in Peru. Y-Files just did an episode on the Peru face peelers today. They released the really good one, by the way. Really did it. Y-Files is. I'll admit it. Y-Files is awesome.
I love
They
Y-Files.
did a really good one. Yeah, they did an awesome. He did an awesome. What's his name? AJ on the Peru face peelers. I've been waiting for him to do that one.
I got
Such
my
an
mom a
interesting
heckler
case.
fish for her birthday one year.
Well, it's such an interesting case, but it's like this, like what would it look like if you saw something like that? What the people describe in Peru up in the sky, like witches or something else or supernatural. I mean, it does kind of look like a witch up in the sky. I don't know.
At first, I was thinking of those humanoid-looking, human-shaped mylar balloons. That one thing actually just got debunked as being one, into some special one shaped like a person. But this
Most
doesn't
likely
really
that's
look like that.
Most likely it's something along that line's probably happening here, or drone or
Yeah.
something. We don't know, but I mean, it looks like a person when it zooms in the screenshot from the article. I mean, it looks like
But
a
it has
person
a weird
on a
shape on
broom.
the bottom. Yeah.
Like the legs are hanging over the side. They're on a broom.
They could have, you know what? They're making drones where they're actually putting witches, like Halloween decoration,
That's what
on
I'm
top
saying.
of the drones. Yeah, and making them fly around like ghosts. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, that's what my thought is that we're probably seeing here. But then again, for this kid I saw, I don't think they were doing that back then when he was a kid. He's in his 20. He's 20 now. Maybe I don't think they're
Because
doing
there
that back
are
in the
myths
Middle
of
East.
the flying witches.
Yeah, down in we have it in Mexico to the Middle East. He's seeing that. I mean, I don't know. But moving on. Now we'll get to more alien stuff in the skies here. This next article. Mysterious potential alien visitor might be emitting its own light. Of course, AV Loeb, 3i Atlas. Everybody's still talking about it, and I've been listening to a lot of stuff on. Okay, so I think AV Loeb is a complete. I mean, he completely is respected in his field. I heard one guy talking about they're all kind of laughing at him lately. It's sad, but it's because he's put himself out there in a couple stories that are a little bit spectacular. Like the spherical modules on the ocean floor, he said was alien residual technology or something like that. Turned out it was pollution. And in this paper, he talks about this thing. They stipulate, if you read the fine print of it, that this is most likely going to turn out to be some not extraterrestrial craft or something like that. But it does have. He points. What he is he's really highlighting, our way of detecting these interstellar objects. And trying to get, I think, more people's awareness of it and attention. Because right now he's trying to get there. It's going to pass by Mars as it gets in. It's going to be around here October, I think. And they have the one Mars reconnaissance up there. I forgot what orbiter they have up there that he says can get very good pixelation, get actually good pictures of this. But what this article is basically, I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's long. Saying, that it's doing things that it's emitting its own light. They don't understand. It also doesn't have a tail like a comet. It's also against the elliptical plane of the, and it's also got a direct course. So I see all the things A.V. Loeb points out. It is very interesting, but when you listen to other astronomers talk about it, they're not very happy with him.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I was going to start looking up other astronomers, like amateur, that have good equipment. Okay, like on my TikToks, and see like what they're pulling up.
I mean, like people in his profession are saying that he's
anybody can say anything.
Yeah, he's kind of but I don't trust the standard university professors that are laughing at. I don't trust them.
I know. No, that's
right?
why I just need to see like.
But at the same time, like again, A.V. Loeb has a history of making these grandiose, at least recent in the last several years. But he's got a huge background to make it up. I mean, he's a prolific, published, astrophysicist. I mean, he's not somebody to shake your head at.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, we won't know until October gets here. I mean, if this was
no, it's November now. Now it's November.
Is it November? I don't know. Well, whenever it gets here, whatever they figure out this is, it'll probably turn out to be nothing. But
like an asteroid or a false flag.
Or it's the Anunnaki returning. I don't know. But my thing is, there's aliens here. They've been here. They never left. Maybe the Anunnaki did with it, created us or whatever. And then that's them coming back. But there's other alien species that have been here. They haven't left. They've stuck around. I think there's tons of evidence of that every day. And we'll get onto that in the next article. That's my thing. That's why was always my problem with SETI. Is like, that's great and all, but, I mean, they're already here. All right. Oh, I hit the wrong article. Because next is up, we got triangular UFO. And more of these are being spotted.
I like
A witness in Missouri captured a fantastic footage of a weird triangular UFO that silently hovered in the night sky. The remarkable sighting shared with the National UFO Reporting Center occurred on the evening of August 7th in the city of St. Peters. According to the witness, they were following the object when it suddenly stopped about 100 feet overhead and a football field length away and began to hover. This allowed them to capture the footage of the curious-looking craft that, as is seen in the video above, we're going to show here, was similarly triangular shape but supported 5 bright lights. It was maneuvering in an odd way, the witness just observed, almost like it was submerged, taking banks and angular dives. The weird UFO, they wrote, would cloak in a ball of light before suddenly reappearing in a different part of the sky. Based on insights from his father, a Boeing engineer, and astronomer friends, the witness indicated they believed the object was a clandestine Air Force reconnaissance craft rather than otherworldly visitors. Well, yeah, I somewhat agree. That's a good, very much possibility. Go ahead. I mean, that's totally a triangle craft. That is your typical TR-3B description.
Yeah.
Now, could this be a drone up there? It looks pretty big. I mean, it's hard to tell from our crappy view
there's
here,
a
but
smaller light in the middle of that.
yeah. I don't know. But I think that's pretty well good footage is the best you're going to get in the night of lights in the sky of a triangular craft.
Yeah, I'm impressed it's not all bleached out or haloed out.
Yeah. I mean, we got this. We just showed the stealth bomber flying over Putin's head at that meeting in Alaska. That's what we're showing.
That's what I was just thinking about.
Right, but what is it that we're not showing that could just be there without them ever? I mean, if this can get it through the skies without being detected, that's the except for lights shining.
Yeah, I was thinking it could definitely be military.
I mean, if this is military though, then why the lights? They don't need lights. What is lights? Is that part of the propulsion system? Maybe that's why the lights glow. Maybe it's part of the propulsion system. I'm just saying why the lights. Whatever you'd want to make, you want it to be stealthy and not light up the sky and be saw like this, right? Yeah. When I see these things and the lights like this, and it wants to be seen, obviously. It's like the Belgium UFO wave with the triangle ships there. Me and Captain, you've heard called in, talked to a French pilot who was part of an air group that flew right up to these things, turned all their systems off. This was the 90s. So we had this stuff back in the 90s. I think it's part military, but I think there's alien working with that. I think it's partly military, partly alien conjoint.
I could go with that.
I mean, I just think of Terry Lovelace's, what he experienced in Incident at Devil's Den and what he's seen from memories inside these ships and that. There's people, humans in uniforms, right? But there's aliens. What if this is some joint military operation with an alien presence? And I don't know. Or something so off that it's not even a part of our military. They wear uniforms. They look like military, but there's some other group. Maybe from a parallel timeline. Deep Thoughts by Jason Bland. I'm sorry. I can go. My brain goes wild with these ideas. All right. So last week.
That's good. You make that brain exercise and think. Lots of thoughts. Lots of
Deep
ideas.
Thoughts by Jack Handy. Okay.
Yes.
Last week we talked about the spiral UFO that was seen in Michigan City and Connecticut and all over the United States. This one in Michigan from listener Julie Woman on YouTube sent me some beautiful photos she got of it after the show. So I want to show some of these. I mean, yeah, this is most likely probably a rocket launch. This is what we determined last Sunday, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. But whatever it is, she got some stunning photos of this, and I'd like to share them. So that's what we got next. There's about 4, I think, or 5 photos up for it to be Article 11.
Yeah, I think it was like the Vulcan from Cape Canaveral.
This was Michigan. Like I said, she got some stunning photos of it.
Well, the launch, I meant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You said it was from Cape Canaveral? That's
yeah, it was like the Vulcan launch.
Have a good night, Under Fire.
Good night.
Oh, I didn't even talk about the phone lines or put the thing up. I'm so sucked into these
Yeah.
articles yet. Let me put that up. If you want to call in, I'm so sorry. Did I even turn the do not disturb off? Yeah, I did not. So if you tried calling, I apologize. I am totally neglecting my job here. But the phone lines are now open. I apologize. 219-230-4444, 260-225-9419. Skype ID. Oh, no, we lost Rob. oojblandoo or jblandparanormalsoup. There he is. He's back. Okay. All right. We're on Julie's pictures, which... So good they crashed Rob's computer again. Where are the phone lines? They're up here on the screen. They're in the show description. If you're watching on YouTube, you should see it rolling across the screen. But they're also in the show description. If you go to that, Drake.
219-230-4444. 260-225-9419.
Sound pretty good there, Jamie.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if Robin's volume back up. I put his mic down a little bit, but now it seems like it's quiet. I'll turn you back up. There we go. Oh, no, it's going down on its own. Go back up.
It's like magic.
Did you find it?
Okay, let's see. Man.
If not, I'll do it on my end. I don't want your computer to crash. I'd rather keep you here.
I got it.
I got it. You got it? Okay.
I think. We're on number 11? Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be about 4 or 5 for number 11. It's from Julie Woman on YouTube. I didn't know if she wanted me to say her real name, so I'm just saying Julie Woman. There it is. So she's got several photos that are pretty good. At night she took in Michigan of this. Like I said, it's probably a rocket launch, but it's weird looking. And like I said, the person in Michigan City where I live got a picture of this. It was all over the country. Her last photo is really good. This one, look at this one. Yeah, she got it pretty good there.
Pretty trippy looking.
Yeah. No, she got really good photos. If you ever want to email me like Julie Woman did from YouTube, it's Paranormal Soup, and then my first initial and last name, Paranormal Soup jbland@gmail.com. You ever want to send me photos like this, like Julie did? This was awesome. You know, I love getting that stuff from you guys, or your story, paranormal stories. You know, Josh Turner from Paranormal Roundtable does a great job. You know, he does that. That's his stick. You know, kind of, I don't want to say stick. He does such an awesome job of retelling people's stories. I can't promise that. But if you want to email me your story, I'll do my best job. It's not my best ability.
If I was out, like, looking at the sky and I saw this, I'd definitely take pictures because I'd be like...
she got great pictures, man.
Yeah.
That last one was really good. Really good. All right, we'll move on. We are at number 12 here. And as all this stuff goes on, and then I got this article here from Energy Reporters. Space Force nears completion of first orbital warship carrier designed to exert unprecedented control over global skies from space. The recent collaboration between the U.S. Space Force and private aerospace companies to develop an orbital spacecraft carrier makes a significant leap in satellite development technology, underscoring the strategic importance of space national defense. Basically, they want to put a thing up there to, you know, it's like they show like an aircraft carrier, spaceship thing, but they want to like put something up there that can, you know, strike down, and we get in the middle of a war, it can launch other space drones out there to take down satellites, and now we're in Star Wars.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, Boeing was like drooling in Lockheed Martin when Trump's first term where they were announcing Space Force, like, oh, give me that government cheese. No more black budgets, big money. And then we bring war to space. And then, I don't know. You know, that's what we do. We go to space, and instead of doing like exploring Star Trek style, we go Star Wars. That's what we do.
Go full on Star Wars.
We ain't gonna make it, people. We ain't gonna make it. But I mean, that's where it's gonna go. That's why the race to the moon is not only over power and energy. It's about its own orbital platform. You know, that could strike. There's going to be, wars over areas of the moon and contesting that in the future. I mean, look,
Wait till that happens. Oh my God.
We can't even figure out the boundary lines here on the planet. Wait till we all start reaching for Mars and the moon, Of course, out of Mars, they're so far off, I don't think, what are they going to do?
Yeah,
who's going to fight? You're just going to be fighting to survive if you make it to Mars, trust me.
Oh, yeah.
We can't even get to the moon. How the hell are we going to get to Mars?
But if we got big triangle ships like that we just saw that are aerospace industry and they've been hiding hidden technology, we can be to Mars in a few days, probably. We're already there. We're already there and got a secret base.
Yeah, like they want, we'll just fly down, fly up.
I mean, if you go down that rabbit hole, supposedly we already have a secret space force and we're already going to Mars, have a base there, have a base on the moon,
Yep. China has the flingers where the people like fling themselves into orbit.
Yeah, the next war is going to be, something out of Terminator and Star Wars. Robots on this planet killing people or killing, and in space it's going to be, Star Wars. I don't know.
Yeah, and the elites are going to be underground and they're.
We're off on Mars. I don't know.
Yeah, Springfield underground, or they're going to be up in Mars.
Screw it all up again.
Some the mile-long space station. Well, China's.
I think this violates a lot of treaties we originally had. By the way, too.
So many treaties.
Yeah, that was the problem with the Star Wars program Reagan was trying to do. It was going to violate treaties majorly, and I don't know how. I mean, I don't know.
This is rewriting everything.
But at the same time, people are like, well, maybe we put this up there with the alien threat, like a 3-eye atlas. Dude, if that's, if it's alien, forget about it. I don't know what technologies we have, hidden technologies. They still ain't going to fight the aliens. They're way beyond us. We stole some of their technology and re-engineered it. Doesn't mean we can fight them.
Exactly.
Most likely they're already in control. That's the thing. That's what I try to get there. They've already been here. They're already in control of our governments. I say governments, not just, one or two, all of them.
Exactly.
Go looking at Epstein's interest into the science stuff and the alien stuff and the people he was involved in. They don't ever want to talk about that.
No.
Talk about the new eugenics movement coming. It's going to be something out of scary like Gattaca. Look up Peter Thiel and the stuff they want to do. They just rebranded it. They just rebranded it to whatever movement you're on. That's why I don't like to talk politics, because it's all distraction to distract us. They just rebrand these things. They tried to sell it to the left. The left lost. Now the right. They're reselling it and rebranded it to the right.
A whole new name.
Something different.
Rebrand it. Yep.
Yeah, that's why politics is stupid. It's all a distraction, because it's just how they're branded and the same bull crap to either side.
Yep.
To get you to do what they want, which is total control through cryptocurrencies. That you think cryptocurrency is great, right? It could be freedom, but no, they're going to take control of that, and all your money and purchasing will be biometric data linked to you, and you won't have any freedom to do anything. It will be a Black Mirror nightmare episode, and you're willingly going into it because we trust it. Because our side won or whatever. And this goes for either side in politics. You trust these people, they're going to F you over. F you over. Trust no one. If you link all these people right back, they all go back to the same tech billionaires that are looking at this transhumanism, total money control. They control. You will have no freedom. You'll have no freedom. You will be an asset, and robots will replace most of us as a workforce. So they're going to need a population control. There's going to be UBI. Look, basically, they want you to live in a freaking cubicle. And I play VR. Don't get me wrong, but live in a cubicle, and your life is in VR, in a virtual reality environment. Listen to the tech giants. They say this crap openly.
I have a good animation called After the Awakening or something like that shows this, and we won't even have money to be able to save up. Whatever you don't spend each month doesn't roll over the next month. Everything's going to be too expensive to actually buy, and you'll never be able to save up for anything.
Nope. Yeah, not at all. That's what these tech giants are moving towards.
15-minute smart cities. You won't be leaving. Drones will come pick up your trash, pick up this, pick up that.
You'll be lucky if they assign you an occupation. Otherwise, you'll be assigned a cubicle to live in, Get your government cheese. Live in some
like
VR
Taiwan,
environment.
those big old like towers of buildings of nothing but windows.
What is this? Epstein want to do a Hitler-esque master race with yeah, exactly. And that's what's happening. Look into the eugenics movement. Look into Peter Thiel. Look at these things going on around the current people in power. It will happen with whoever's in power, just so you know.
Exactly.
But this is what they're moving us towards. I'm just saying. All right, let's move on. I'll get off track and get me down that subject. A few more last strange articles. Not much more left. Like I said, you guys can call in, join this conversation. Tell me what you think. Do you think we're going to lose all of our freedoms and live in cubicles wearing VR headsets? We're going to be like bald little withery people with pacifiers in our mouth and headsets on our heads and just put our heads in the sand.
There will not be pacifier in my mouth.
Yeah, well, they want you to.
Oh, no.
All right, this next one. Monkey meat found in border protection luggage at Detroit Metro Airport. What the hell?
Oh, I saw that. Oh, my God.
Pounds of monkey meat were found in some luggage at Detroit Metro Airport, and that was not the end of it. The monkey meat was smuggled into someone's luggage at Detroit Metro, and it was the second bus so-called bush meat. It's called bush meat.
No.
First 11 pounds of rodent meat were found in a bag of passengers coming from Togo, West Africa. You want to talk about diseases. Meanwhile, Customs and Border Protection uncovered 52 pounds of primate meat. The monkey meat came from Central Africa, possibly from sun-tailed monkeys. Border Protection says the primate seizures are very rare. The rodent packers and monkey meat smugglers were slapped a $300 fine. That's it. That not so funny part is that this kind of bush meat has serious risks of carrying communicable diseases. I agree, which can wreak havoc on humans. But who's eating them? Who's ordering monkey meat? Who wants monkey meat? Who is doing this?
Saw the worst
Where's
reel.
the market for this?
I saw the worst reel on Facebook where a guy had it was a monkey that was obviously burned, like cooked on a spigot or spit, whatever, like jerky, picked up by the tail, had the face still screaming on it. They just ate it.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Like, yeah.
I don't know how somebody eats a monkey. I mean, I'm not a vegetarian.
It was the worst thing
my
I've
fair
ever
steaks
seen.
and I think cows are sweet animals and all that stuff. I really can't eat another primate, man.
But
That's
these
just
people are
so close.
savage when you see it.
I just think
Like,
Indiana Jones and the monkey brains,
Oh my God, no.
Yeah. Temple of Doom, great movie. All right, we got a caller online. Who do we got?
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Herde. I was calling regarding to talking about controlling people.
Yeah.
If you're out here in California, they had this thing called Forever California, where they were these venture capitalists were buying up a bunch of land around Travis Air Force Base.
Oh.
And so people were the news media started reporting it. Who's buying this? They thought it was Chinese or whatever. And come to find out, they had to come to light. It was a group called Forever California. So what they want to do is they want to build a 500,000 population city between Fairfield and Rio Vista, in which they will provide the jobs, which they want to do shipbuilding, provide you a place to stay, which you're going to rent from, and provide your schools and your groceries. So basically, you're living in this little world that they want you to be their modern day slave.
Yeah, it goes.
So
I mean, it goes. Remember back in your early industrial revolution, when you had these towns where people were paid in the local grocery store funny money. They could only spend the money at the market that the company owned. That's the kind of BS we'll go right back to. Basically, they won't even get paid in cash because the dollar's crashing. If you haven't noticed, so like here, you'll live. We'll pay you credits.
Exactly, and that's what they were all thinking about was bringing their own little money into that town.
Exactly.
And so what happened was, it's in a county jurisdiction, and so the people had to vote for it. And a lot of people caught wind. There was negative responses. They didn't put it on the ballot. But now what they did was they bought the city council members from these towns. I know they bought them because now they want to annex those areas so the people can't vote on it.
Yeah, the company store. Thank you, Janice. I was trying to remember the company store. There you go. Yeah, that's basically what they're going back to, is that model. I mean, I feel like people don't understand what's happening around society right now, where they do want to push these in these small little cities. They don't want you to travel. They want control. That's what they want. They lost control of the internet and free flow of information, and now they're trying to gain it back. Where if you go into one of these communities, how are you going to get out? I want to check out. I want my cash back. Well, that's gone. We transferred it to your company store credits.
They
Can't
just
get that
opened
back.
one in San Jose, or they're building one in San Jose.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is totally what the totalitarian movement is going to be.
100%, and I just hope people realize and wake up that, hey, we got to change and do something. But like I said, they make us sleep, and a lot of people aren't waking up. So
no, and what I'm afraid is what they'll use fear and panic and other things to push people into these things. They realize 100%. A lot of people are going to say no. Yeah, I don't want to do that, but fear motivates people to do a lot of desperate things. That's my fear.
But also at the same time, I think. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You're fine.
So, but I also think at the same time there is an influence by God. The crazy thing was my buddy is in close to that area. Actually, caught what is those? The biblical angels, the one that has the eye and the rings. So he actually caught it on his iPhone. It was in front of his neighbor's house, and it was a big bright light. And then when you zoomed in on that light, I didn't see it personally, but he showed me the video of it. Yeah. And when you zoom in on that light, you actually see the eye and the rings moving.
Can you send
that
to me? I'd love to see that.
I got the video, but the thing is, after like a month and a half, his iPhone will not let you zoom in and see those qualities again. I do got the video, and I will. I'll look in my email and I'll send it to you guys one of these days.
Yeah, paranormalsoup, jbland@gmail.com, man. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I'll try to get that into you, Jason.
Thank you.
For sure. Well, that's all I want. Well, that's all I want to say. I think that there is definitely an influence for them to make us their slaves, but I think that God will overcome this. We just got to wake up.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Well, you guys
keep waking up. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You're welcome. You guys have a great day.
You too.
I'm going to keep listening. Bye.
Wow, see? And I've heard about the smart cities, Yep. And what are they going to do to what kind of manufactured situation are they going to pull to try to push people into these cities? Disasters and things like that. Your homes are gone, nowhere to live, but we got a nice new brand fresh city for you to move into, and jobs and everything.
Yeah, a utopia some of them are called like utopias, and I don't know if Apple has one that they were building or they built.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Oh, okay. So I'm watching Alien Earth. That's a good point. No, that's a great point, Jamie, about Apple building one. Okay, because that's what's going to happen. It's RoboCop and Alien Earth. If you haven't seen any of those franchises or whatever, Alien Earth is a new series in the Alien franchise, and in that the whole city is Prodigy City, which is the corporation Prodigy. There's Yakatani Wayland Corporation have their own cities. It's all corporation cities. And in RoboCop, what happens? Detroit gets sold to the CCP, whatever it was, or CCP. That's what was it? OCP. And they can own the city, and now it's a corporate-controlled city. That's where we're going. When the dollar crashes, when the government's falling apart, local governments are going to be a total mess. And you have a corporation come in, we got the money, we'll buy it up, the rights to the city, and we'll fix it up, and it's going to be a smart city. We'll even take care of the homeless and give them housing.
Uh-huh.
And jobs. Yeah. Well, there's not many. There's robots taking all the jobs. Ducker jibs! I don't know. It's a scary future ahead of us I don't like. All right.
16 tons. What do you get?
Yeah.
What?
Another day older and deeper in debt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my
The company store.
The company store.
That's what I'm saying. It's like we're going back in time here. Soon children will be working in factories and... Oh, no, they won't. Robots will do that. Someone will have that at least.
Yeah, right now they're all ready, but yeah, they're going to be replaced even.
I mean, what are we going to do when robots take all of our jobs? I already saw a thing that says one robot for $5 an hour can replace two workers at $15 or $25 an hour. All right, we got another call. Who do we got on the line?
Hi, Jason. It's Azariana. How are you?
Hi, and let me pick up your call.
Hey, how about that? The first time.
It's working tonight.
Yeah. A couple of topics I wanted to discuss since we have open lines. A while back, first topic, my complex had a discussion group where they expressed their plan for the future of our community. I live in senior housing. And they were saying that they wanted the roofs, they were going to redo our roofs to blue or blue, brown, or green. And this was shortly after the time that Hawaii burned or whatever.
I would pick blue.
All those fires. And they were going to they said, you don't need your gas car anymore because we're going to put meters and give you an electric car. So you can have transportation, and then at night all you do is charge your car, and then that runs your house. And we could keep track of the electricity for your house. It'll take care of everything. It's like a smart house.
Yep.
And like I said, I was like flabbergasted because where I live, you know, it hit me. I have seen all that stuff on the news, you know. And I also noticed that in a lot of senior communities, they're very expensive to live there, but they have everything you would need. You never have to go out. You have an apartment, and in the complex is really big. I toured one of them. It was very beautiful, but it's scary at the same time. And you live in a very nice apartment, and they supply housekeepers. You don't have to shop. You get an allotment. You get credits every month. And you get credits because you have all these markets down in one part of the building, or one of the many parts of the buildings. And you never have to go out.
So you're the model.
You can,
yes, they're model.
Yeah,
the model is being modeled after how they're treating seniors is basically what you're getting at here.
Right. And you never have to go out. They have ice cream. They have restaurants. They have cooks. You know, you want something special, that's fine. You have a special diet, they'll do it. You know, you never go out. You don't have to even go grocery shopping anymore. And they take you to the doctors, and they do all this stuff, and you stay right in the complex. You never leave. You don't have to leave. And I was like, that is scary, you know? And again, they want to do this with the malls. They want to take all the malls that are now failing and empty and put housing. Well, I don't know.
It's been empty for years. The regular mall it has been empty for years, and they're still talking about what they're going to do with it. And of course, like you said, talking about housing. You know.
Yeah, and they want to make, like I said, housing.
Well,
and
look what they're doing now. They're talking about, and I'm not totally against this. I will say, but we have to have some plan for it all about taking away Section 8 housing or making it back to what it used to be.
Exactly.
You know, you have 2 years to find a better arrangement. You know, basically, or something like that. You know, I know a lot of. I've known people that are on Section 8 housing, or pretty poor, single mothers and stuff like that, are trying to make it. I get it, you know, and I see some people working hard trying to get out of it. But there are people, obviously, who don't give a crap, and they just milk it.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, what happens when they cut all these people off? Where are they going to go? What are they going to do? Here's your disaster waiting for you right there for you to force these people into these smart cities, right?
Exactly. I mean, okay, so they tempt you with, oh, look at this. You got a beautiful place to live. You don't have to buy food. We supply all the food for you, beep, about the whole thing. And then it stops. I agree. Well, what do?
Yeah.
You've lost the ability to go anywhere. Who knows what prices are at that time, if you could go anywhere.
If you do try to leave, you get charged a ton by the mile.
I think they kind of covered this concept in a movie I saw in a loose way, but in the sense it did kind of cover this concept. It was Matt Damon.
Yeah.
It's called Downsizing. In that movie, in the premise of that movie, is that they can shrink you, and you can live in these communities of shrunken people, like small people. And all your money is worth a lot more there because, I mean, you can buy a dollhouse and it's a freaking mansion, right? But but in a sense, it's kind of commenting on what's going to possibly happen in these smart cities, what they're going to move people into, like trading.
Right.
Like I'm broke in this life in the everyday capitalist world, but I can join Apple's new digital city, smart city, and I can give them everything I got, and they're going to set me up in a better place than the conditions that I'm living in, and provide everything for me. It's going to sound great. Especially if you're Section 8 and you're getting kicked out and you have nowhere to go with your kids. And guess what? Apple's going to give you a place to stay, give you a job, ones that robots can't do somehow. I don't know. But, that's where it's going to be. And then it's going to be like, we don't have jobs, but you come live here. You're an asset. And and you just live in a cubicle and no freedom.
Yep, exactly. The other topic that I wanted to discuss was like when you were talking about all the animals coming up with those weird things, the deer and the rabbits and things like that. I was thinking that, and I think I posted it in one of the chat rooms there, or comments, that with all the chemicals that people put on their lawns to make it green, to keep it bug-free and whatever free and all this stuff, right? The mice, the bugs, they're eating all this poison, right? And you're breathing it in, when they come and stuff like that. Well, on a note with that, we have had a lot of birds of prey or prey birds, like hawks, owls. I don't know about eagles, but falcons, things like that. We've had a lot of them that are that they found on the road, like on the side of the road, and they take them to an animal rescue place or bird rescue place, the special place for birds, right? Rapture place. And a lot of these birds are dying because their food to eat is the mice, the rats, the bugs, whatever. And those in their dinner has eaten the poison. And as a result, the birds eat the poison and it goes through their system. And a lot of them are not surviving.
Yeah, or they're starving to death too. I mean, if you think about like when people back in the '60s drove down a highway, they'd have all these bugs over their windshields and in their car grills. They don't get that. You don't get that anymore because we've killed off large swaths of the insect population with these pesticides over the decades.
Yeah. And even though I don't like them, I don't like bees. Okay, but a lot of places don't supply fields for bees to pollinate the flowers, whatever else, right? And as a result, we are losing a bee population, and and like I said, I think it's horrible because the balance of nature was set up a certain way, and
we're messing with that every day. I mean, genetically modified mosquitoes and plants and. Man, the anime series Eon Flux, they genetically modify their plants so much they end up screwing up and the plants just start killing everybody.
Yeah.
And ecosystem.
Yeah. And as a result of the balance of nature being so messed up because of all this, we're just, as in your words, we're doomed, okay? Because once one species goes and the ecosystem goes, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
horrible.
We need protection of our water, air, insect life, and vegetation. We need some kind of legislation that says you can't touch these things with genetics, poisons, or anything.
Putting us in concrete jungles, taking down the trees, surrounding us with EMFs and frequencies and all the stuff that we shouldn't even be around, like our charging phones,
And
to
our
be
food.
honest.
And our food.
And our food. Like,
you eat bugs
and
you'll
the
own
wind,
nothing and eat bugs and be happy.
You've got
and the wind too. They're like messing up the birds and the sea life. Like the whales and fish. They're like beaching themselves because of all whatever the wind turbine does.
Yeah. Oh yeah, wind
It's
turbines are
windmills.
the stupidest thing.
Windmills.
Windmills are stupid.
Yeah,
They're
maybe not
stupid.
windmill.
Windmills are stupid. Do your research on
But,
windmills. They're completely stupid and a waste.
the windmills are killing so many birds.
I mean, their impact on the environment is completely stupid. I mean, you know how much oil is used in a windmill? A ton. To keep that thing lubricated, to keep going. And you can't do anything when it breaks, with the parts. You have to bury them in the ground.
Yeah.
Those big blades, they don't do anything. They don't scrap them or reuse them. They bury them in the ground. It's horrible.
Yeah.
And the output isn't worth it. It's stupid. I can see solar being worth it. It's getting better. There are things.
Yeah, but solar, and they're dimming the sun. So
yeah, right. Oh yeah. You got Bill Gates wants to dim the sun, right? Because he's a freaking vampire.
Yeah. Go for that, right? I hear every night. I hear the helicopters go by. There's helicopters flying all around, and I'm like, and I'm like, what the heck are they doing? They're not doing test flights for any military, and it's ridiculous, just ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a lot of ridiculous happening. Besides the weird, a lot of ridiculous.
The aliens are laughing at us.
Yeah,
they really shouldn't.
They really are. And so
don't land here. Just keep going.
Elite dickheads trying to tell us like there's no such thing as an Epstein list,
Yeah, exactly.
We just gotta be aware and keep living life the best we can and try to avoid the inevitable the best we can.
Yeah, and
For as long as we
do
can.
not trust your government.
Yeah,
I don't even know what I can. Yeah, I don't even know what I can eat anymore. I read the labels and I go, no, sorry,
My state just joined. My state just joined the other states in banning synthetic meat.
They want to make synthetic salmon now. They want to make impossible salmon.
Well, you heard of what the Walmart had the recall on the shrimp. That had small levels of radioactive isotopes in it. Now they said if people consumed it, it wouldn't kill them. But it's like, you wonder. I mean, look at what happened, in Japan when the earthquake there and all the radiation that spilled out from the nuclear plant, in Fukushima, right?
Right.
That didn't go away. It didn't just get randomly cured. That's still pumping radiation into the ocean, besides other things.
They filter that right through them.
Soylent Green is people.
Right? That we're going to get to that point.
Didn't that go all the way to California, like from Japan?
Yeah,
didn't that
would have to.
The current?
By now, it's been years. It'd be here already.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, you're in California. Jamie, I'm sorry.
I'm glowing.
But all of our groundwater and stuff is got toxins in it from pesticides that go in the soil.
They want to dissolve instead of like cemeteries. They want to dissolve bodies into the water. It's called alkyne something. They say, it's for the reclaimed
Soylent
water.
Green.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's bad enough they put fluoride in the water to keep us dumb. They want to freaking now make you drink recycled human.
adding humans.
No.
That'll be the smart cities recycling system. What do you think your funeral will be in a smart city? All right. What do you think it's going to be? Do you think they're going to have a graveyard there for you? No. You get recycled into the waste system, and you're now on the lunch tray.
It's like
your
the robot
rations a
arm
week.
comes out, puts the dust into the dustpan after like you burn up, and then like they just discard you out.
Or no, or like you said, they liquefy you and put you back into the into the water supply.
Water, alkaline.
Oh, that's all I could find when I was in Seattle was like alkaline water. I'm like, can I get some spring freaking water, please?
That doesn't have human floating in it.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't want alkaline water.
It's gross. That's gross. They're telling
some of that.
Nasty.
Yeah, they're telling the hunters also over here not to, because of all these diseases on the deer and animals.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Not to eat the meat.
I wouldn't.
If you go hunting, leave it alone.
Listen, I gotta look up the guest. I had a wonderful guest on this topic. When she's one of the most scariest guests I've ever had on. When she talks about the prion, you release in this country from these facilities that got into our ground, into the ground soil. The animals pick up and stuff. I would not eat any of those. I would not eat any of the deer or venison. I would not.
So we can't be reliant on ourselves. We have to go to them. That's why they're putting West Nile and the cows, the milk, everything, killing the chickens.
Bill Gates openly talked about them being able to make mosquitoes give you a virus that'll make you allergic to meat.
Yes. And they're putting mRNA into like the lettuce, the tomatoes.
We're at a point where you just have to pick your poison.
You just have to pick your poison. So even if you're eating fresh, you really have to go to a farmer's market and get seeds that haven't been like genetically done. And they made this guy illegal. Like this guy's been canning and like all his extra vegetables. You saw that? They want to make it like fine him and make it illegal to give out food because his kitchen hasn't been registered and all this. Like BS. You just don't want people to be self-reliant.
Nope.
Right. And exactly. What if you want to grow a little garden? You know? And you don't want to use illegal.
Walmart can get away with selling radioactive shrimp, but he can't sell his stuff he grew in it, or made it.
He can't give it away. He's just giving it
away. He can't give it away.
Yeah, I went to Walmart a while back, and I was looking at the meat, and this is the time. This was after I had, I think Rob was talking about lab meat, or you did.
Yeah.
The lab meat that they're growing or whatever they're trying to sell.
Yeah.
Well, I looked at some of the meat at Walmart, and it didn't really look too good. And I'm like, it looks it definitely wasn't normal, okay? And I was like, I wonder if that is,
Yeah.
And then I read a post after that saying that Walmart is trying to sell lab meat.
Yeah, like I said, they outlawed it in our state and several others already. There are, because there's industries. There are other industries that are like, hell no, you ain't selling that in our state. We got a whole meat system here. There are other lobbyists too. They're gonna be like, no. But in the end, that's what they're gonna push is synthetic meat because everything's gonna be synthetic.
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna be synthetic.
Real meat's
that's what they want.
With sawdust and like string and stuff. Like we got something one day that we couldn't eat because we're like, there might be some meat in here. But this isn't breadcrumb and egg, like to make it. This is like sawdust string.
Go to your local markets, try to find your local butchers, and find stuff that's not going to be like. I would not get your meat from Walmart. I would not. No, I would get nothing from Walmart if you can help it. Not to say we haven't been guilty of doing it, but
my mom's
been
friends with the butcher.
The problem with synthetic meat, it comes from cultured cancer cells. It comes from a gene that comes out of a cultured cancer cell for quick growth of cells. And I don't think that's good for human consumption. And it's gross.
No.
It's just gross.
No.
Like McDonald's is
not at all.
Cattle.
Yeah. I bet McDonald's is the first fast food that openly offers synthetic meat. I bet McDonald's will be the first one. It'll either be them or Burger King. well, that's not real meat, anyways. The chicken nuggets. I mean, it's
No.
No, it is. It is. It starts out as chicken until they turn it
kind
into
of a goo.
until they turn it into a foam. It's chicken that gets compacted so much into a goo. It's the sickest S I've ever seen. I used
Oh,
to
yeah.
love it too.
I haven't had McDonald's
Well,
now.
I know the milkshakes aren't even.
That's
You know,
not ice
they're all
cream.
chemicals.
Oh yeah, the milkshakes.
Yeah, it never
Everything's horrible.
melts. How can it never melt?
Yeah.
I mean, you see all the videos of people like, here's my McDonald's sandwich from 2001, and it hasn't molded or anything. Even the mold don't want to grow on it. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That
Yeah,
ain't
that's
right. That ain't right.
Yeah. 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 True.
Yeah.
True.
We gave up all that stuff a couple years ago.
But yet people eat that stuff every day.
Every day.
I was guilty of it. I was guilty of it. I used to do it every day. I used to be
When I
horrible.
was younger, I used to eat stuff, but come on, now we know it's in stuff for a fact.
I mean, I drive by there
Well,
there's a line at every fast food restaurant here. There's a line constantly. People just
People were fighting at Chick-fil-A. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Rob, you're on that you used to be on that carnivore diet, or still am. So, I mean, I think that you would probably take precautions, right?
Yeah.
Because of all the stuff.
You know? It's hard to find, local, like a local farmer that, a local butcher to get your meat from. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I mean, it's definitely harder,
It's designed that way, and like I said, you had the what was it, the Prime Act or whatever it was by Thomas Massey was trying to open this market up for more local sellers of meat to sell to their market, then have less restrictions that they have, because it basically keeps them from competing with the big what do you want to call it, meat production companies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend, she's like full on vegan, and she was trying to, she's like shunning me for eating meat, but she's all for the lab grown meat, and she's telling me that's what
I know.
And I'm like, no, you're insane,
I love animals.
Freaking
Love
insane. I'm not eating meat. That's not meat. I just as soon eat tree bark, whatever.
You're eating cultured cancer cells.
Yeah. I mean, it's just not.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Meat grown on a stick. I've had this question to people for years. I'm like, would you eat meat grown on a stick? Meat on a stick? No, I mean meat grown on a stick was always a question for people, like to judge what they'd consider, And a lot of people say no when they think about it, no. But I think more and more people are like, yeah, sure, like a vegan,
Well, I always ask, where I work, and I always ask. I always see people buying the Impossible meat or Impossible chicken nuggets, and I go, "It's not chicken."
Now
What is it?
I eat for my lunch. Morningstar has like a buffalo chicken patty. I eat that for my lunch. It's not really chicken, but I can microwave it. It's not the greatest. My wife don't like it, but it's spicy. I love it. I eat it because I used to get spicy chicken sandwiches from McDonald's. It's better than me going to eat at McDonald's, But I can't just heat up a real chicken patty, So, but I've read the ingredients. It's not the greatest, but it's not horrible either.
I just wonder how to make it taste like chicken or beef, because
these buffalo chicken patties from Morningstar taste pretty damn good. I'll tell you that. But I wouldn't touch the Impossible stuff because that's a Bill Gates funded venture.
Yeah.
I mean, the name says it all.
Yeah.
Is it meat? No, it's impossible. It's not meat.
That's impossible.
It's people. It's Soylent Green.
You've got to tell them.
It's so not
I agree.
They're making our food out of people.
Well, people have claimed that about McDonald's and other fast food for years, that they're silently putting human contaminants inside the food. I don't know.
And that's coming around again. They're trying to say, like, such and such places are using, like, possible.
I've never believed that, but I think they're just putting crap. I just think they're just putting toxins and crap in your food, whatever to be cheap.
Crap, beaks and claw and chemicals and stuff. I don't think they're using human seed.
No.
But they don't keep building new cemeteries either.
No.
Like, when
I know.
cemeteries go up, and look how many people die.
Because they don't want people to be buried in cemeteries anymore. They're going to be liquefied or cremated or whatever.
Up until now, like, there's really not that many cemeteries for as many people have died.
Like I said, I had that guest on with the Kuru, the prion disease and all that stuff. Is so scary. That lady was one of the scariest guests I have. Well, Zariana, thank you for calling in.
Thank you for taking the time. Thank you. Everyone have a blessed night and your families and fur babies. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting pushed to a future of transhumanism and synthetic. Like, we're just going to be synthetic, eating synthetic things, like totally manufactured, controlled. I don't know. We just need to be aware of these things and push back. We got another caller. Who do we got?
Hello?
You're online. You're on the air.
Oh, hey, this is Drake.
Hey, Drake.
Yes, I'm actually at the airport on my way to Brown Hotels.
Oh, wow.
So I figured I'd find a spot that's not terribly loud.
That's not easy in an airport.
Yeah, it's not that busy, surprisingly, on a Sunday night. Normally, this place is packed on the weekends.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's late. It's that quieter time, I guess.
on Sunday? No, this is an international airport.
Oh, yeah.
This place is packed 24/7. So...
But yeah, thank you for calling in from the airport.
Yes, I figured I'd give you a call in. I was actually on my way to the infamous Waverly Hotel, the infamous Waverly Sanitarium.
Yeah.
Going to be doing some investigation on Tuesday night, so...
Yeah, I remember you said you were going there. That's awesome, man. I
wonder if there's some good stories going around.
Yeah, one day I'm going to get to go there.
Hopefully. This is my second time there, actually.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, so what did you want to talk about?
Well, it's not really much, but you guys were talking about that weird meat thing, and I have tried those what do you call it, Beyond Meats, and I guess they do taste more veggie, but they just don't have the same feeling to them.
Is it like texture-wise?
Yeah, all that fake stuff that they got going on now in California, so...
Well, it's either going to be synthetically grown meat or bug meat or whatever. I think they've given up on the bug idea. I think they're really pushing for the synthetic meat crap.
I'm not sure.
What'd you say?
Because I'm not sure because bugs...
Yeah, they will try the maggot milk.
Yeah, bugs supposed to be like more fiber and all that type of stuff in this date and time, but I don't know.
Yeah,
it takes.
Yeah, there's a certain chemical in bugs that they have though that humans aren't supposed to ingest, and I can't remember it right now. That I think is the big issue.
Yeah.
If you get too much of that or eating it, it would be bad. What is it? Grass-fed?
Well, like I said, I just decided to get on air to chat for a little bit, and
would you
I'm actually getting a lot of
the synthetic meat. Would you try like something that was lab culture grown?
Maybe once or twice. I'm always that daring.
Yeah, you are.
Will you try the salmon?
The salmon? Yeah.
I love salmon, but man,
I always thought imitation crab was real crab, so...
Yeah, I'll admit, when I my fast food days, back in the day, Subway used to have this fake crab meat sub I used to love, and then they got rid of it. I ate the hell out of that.
That's white fish, though, with, like, crab juice.
Right, it's still fish. It's still fish, at least.
Yeah.
Hey, I grew up in Florida. I loved fish and seafood. When I grew up, we used to have all this fresh stuff. They would catch it, like, on the weekends or whatnot, and we'd go to, like, these raw bars for oysters, king crabs, and all that stuff when I grew up in Florida. So,
so
it's completely different than it is in California here.
Oh, yeah, when I'd go down to Florida, my father-in-law would have to take us on a seafood, journey, like to restaurants, his favorite seafood places when we were down there.
I don't even know how many of those restaurants are around, but I'm going to visit a few next week, so I'm on my way down in that direction.
We were down in the Anna Maria Island area. There was some great places to eat, but it was so packed when we went there. It was so packed. There was so many people. It was right after COVID.
Okay, I might check out a couple of places. I want to be mostly in the Orlando area for a convention, and then probably either in the Tampa, and then I might go check around other places.
Well, it's quite congested down there at Anna Maria Island when we went up.
I heard, actually. I heard it. It's a major difference in the last 5 years.
Yes. That's what my in-laws sold their place down there because it just changed so much. They were in Bradenton, and it just blew up. It blew up after COVID, like just crazily.
My luck, I might pass by Rob's area.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you do that, you got to do the lighthouse. You got to do the lighthouse tour.
Yeah. I got to do the lighthouse. I got to put that in my trip plan.
They have the nighttime haunted tour thing you get to do. It's really cool. Me and Rob did.
Actually, you know what? Let me check that as soon as I get off of this call. I'll look to see what's going on over there at the lighthouse. If I remember.
Drive from Orlando.
Well, I drove all the way up to the Panhandle last time I was there 3 months ago.
It's worth it, though.
So.
It's worth it. It's worth it, Drew. Well, thank you for calling in, man, and have a good flight.
Yeah, I got to catch a flight in a bit, so.
Yeah.
You have a great night.
Yeah, you too, bud.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Got a little bit of time left in the show. If anybody else wants to call in, call in. Lines are still open, but we could do some Zener cards and stuff like that, or Jamie could pull a card for somebody on her, which Oracle deck were you talking about tonight?
I was going to grab one of Debbie's.
Debbie Anderson's, yeah.
We could do Zener.
We do Zener. You want to do some Zener games? What the audience think before we go? See what our psychic abilities are like tonight. I don't have a buzzer to zap you like in Ghostbusters. I wish I did. Get some results from you people.
Comes on and they do the I want to record that so bad. You need that soundbite.
Oh, from Caddyshack.
No, but then.
Oh, but when in South Park when they're like, I'm in your brain. Yeah.
When Cartman and all them are like fighting with each other.
All right. I'm burning up downstairs. We open the windows, it got cooled down a lot, but when we turn off the air and the windows are upstairs, like then the basement somehow gets really hot. I'm like, God bless it. Sweating here. All right. We ready for the first Zener card? You guys tune in. All right, I'm going to pull a card. We ready? All right, go. I got a card. I'm visually sending it out to you people. Remember, there's square, star, wavy line, circle.
Star.
Plus sign. All right, so Rob says star. What do we got in the chat room? What do we got? Remember the Zener cards from... Sorry, so Heather says circle. Rob said star, right?
And if you're one that picks up on the colors...
No. Yeah. I haven't gone all over the colors. I should have showed the cards first. But you people know. You'll get it. Star, circle, star, wavy lines. Keep going for another minute here. Sending it out to you, people. Picturing it as hard as I can.
Grab it from Jesus Christ.
All right. We got the votes in. All right. We ready? Ready? I didn't see a single person get it, so we're really off our game. It's been a while. It's square. All right. Let's try again. Not a single person got it. We're really off. Or I'm off. I'm just not projecting it out to you people, right?
Don't let
it's been
your
a long
monkey
first week
go.
of school.
Just focus on the card. Don't think about what you have to do after the show.
Try to go to sleep after drinking the huge cup of coffee. Oh, we got another caller though. Maybe they'll get the next card. Who do we got on the line? Make sure you extinguish thy webcast in the background. Who do we got? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, you there? You're on air.
Hey, how you guys doing, man?
How you doing? Who we got calling in?
This is Phil.
Say that again. You cut out for a second.
Phil, Phil.
Phil, hey Phil. Make sure you turn it on. If you have us in the background, make sure you turn that, mute that.
Let me turn that off or just stop it.
There you go.
Is that better now?
Yeah. We don't want to. We're delayed. You hear that in the background, as our bell used to say.
All right. Hey, what? Yeah. Is it cool now? It sounds cool.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Hey, what made me want to call you is because you guys said you're sweating it out over there when not.
I am.
Yeah. What's the temperature over there? Or what was the temperature in the day and whatnot?
Oh, it cooled down quite a bit. It's just when you turn the air out, open the windows, all the cool air is going up there, but not in my basement.
It was 88. Cooler day.
All right. But anyway, I just wanted to give you check in, see you guys, to let you know. What happened with me is I'm looking at the temperatures and where I'm, usually at in Portland, Oregon, and 100 miles or whatever over toward the coast, it's like 20, 25 degrees cooler. Yeah. So I decided to cruise on over here during this heat wave we're having, the 3 or 4 day, heat wave, and I'm just enjoying the coast. It's beautiful over here.
Nice. Oregon's
gorgeous. We got a quick cool down here. It was 90 degrees just last week, and then suddenly, boom, dropped. Of course, on my weekend off. On my weekend off.
Yeah. Yeah, when I left Portland, it was like 102 or whatever it was. And it was fluctuating right around that area, 100 degrees, give or take.
Holy moly.
For 3 or 4 days, I'm saying, you know what? I'm going to the coast. I was eyeballing it, and I'm thinking, you know what? That looks attractive. Yes. Not that far. It was, less than 100 miles. Let me cruise over here and check things out. It's gorgeous over here. It definitely is 20 to 25 degrees cooler. It's awesome.
Yeah, there's definitely some kind of cold front coming in across the country here. Different change in weather. Do you want to try your hand at the Zener game? Have you ever done those?
No, what is it? Tell me, what is it? Tell me about it. Do I need to be educated a little bit or what?
Have you ever seen Ghostbusters?
Of course. Well, not all of them, but I've seen the first couple of them.
The first one's all you need. You remember at the beginning?
How many were there anyway?
but you remember the beginning of the movie when Bill Murray is doing like the test with the guy and the girl, and he's zapping them? Remember the cards he's holding up? Like the star,
very vaguely,
circle, the wavy line. That's what that is. He's doing the Zener card test. So there's a star, a plus sign, a square, a circle, and a wavy line. And basically what I do is I pull a card. I'm trying to project it out to you in the audience, and you try to tell me what card I pulled. And all the audience tries, actually. But
it's a psychic intuition game.
So you basically, my suggestion to people is always go with the first thing that comes to your mind. I've had people get 3 or 4 in a row right. I never know. You want to give it a shot?
I'll try as long as you guys can maybe walk me through it or whatever. Let me know what my options are or whatnot.
So your options are circle, plus, square, wavy lines, and did I miss one? Did I miss one? A star. Star. Circle, plus, square, wavy lines.
So when he holds up a card, he's going to telepathically send it out, and then you say which shape you think it is.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Give it a shot. You and that whole audience. So if you get it wrong, don't worry, because everybody else does too. Last time everybody got it wrong. Last one everybody got it all right. So I'm gonna randomly pick a card. Here we go. All right. I'm pulling out a card. Like I said, best scene audience, you, everybody, whatever you see in your mind first. I suggest.
Now keep in mind I'm blind. I'm just on the phone, with you. I'm hearing audio. That's all I got. I got no visual.
Yeah, neither does the audience. Nobody will see the card I'm pulling.
Use your intuition.
That's the point.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm pulling the card. All right. All right, I'm going, no. I'm sending the shape out to you. Just first thing you see in your mind, what do you see? Audience, you can start making your tune-in now guesses.
Let me know when you want me to call it.
Go ahead.
I'm ready to call?
Yeah, you go ahead and tell me what you think it is.
Yeah, okay. I'll make my call. I'm going to have to call Circle.
Circle. Okay. Rob, what did you just say?
Plus.
Okay. Jamie?
Plus.
Okay. I'm seeing circle, plus, and square in the chat room from people. Star, red circle. Yeah, they are colored too. I haven't done the colors. But he said wavy lines. Plus. I think we got most of the votes in. Are you ready? You ready for the reveal?
Oh, yeah.
Rob got it. He was the first one to answer. He said wavy lines there. Tune in to Rob. That is the Zener card game. We play that once in a while on here.
That was my first
All right,
guess.
nice work.
Like you're
Next
looking
question
at-
for you. Would you eat synthetic meat? Like meat that's grown from a cultured in a lab. Would you eat that?
Who's that question towards?
You.
Would I eat what?
Would you eat synthetic meat?
Hell no.
You passed.
There's no way. No. Gates is no. There's no way.
Let's hope more of us are out there to say that, and it doesn't market standing. And every McDonald's you turn to, I wouldn't eat that crap anyways, but it is going to happen.
Hell no. There's no way.
Burger, the new synthetic burger. It's coming, man. It's coming. Let's hope enough people out there.
Oh, I know they're trying to bring it, but you know what? Have you guys heard in the last, I don't know, a couple of days or whatever it's been, but supposedly they've refuted the, what was it? The climate change. Have you heard about that?
Mm-mm. Who's refuting what? Because there's always people refuting climate change or
Well, they've actually come out and said, you know what, it's all a joke, and they've refuted. It's like total fraud.
Who did though?
Have you heard about that?
Well, I've heard about several. I mean, there's been several people, that have, written whole books on that. It's a big fraud. I mean, there's.
Well, listen, what I've heard. Can I give you a name of a show, and I'll tell you where I heard it from, and I don't doubt it.
Yeah, sure.
At all. Is it cool? Yeah. Okay. So, have you heard of Clyde Lewis?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Clyde Lewis, a couple days ago, whatever it was, he's stating, I don't know what I only called part of the show, but I believe it. Basically, but what he was stating was that the WEF, our favorite people over there, WEF.
Yeah. They've had an agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been shut down as a result of some whatever it was, some scientific facts. What I don't know. I didn't catch the whole damn thing, but I caught the gist of it. And what it was is stating that these clowns basically, have to go back and get their act, reorganized, because that was one of the main calling calls. Was and it was a joke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the climate change. The climate change has been shown now to be a fraud, amongst the other frauds that we already know exist, right? So I don't know.
Well,
look into it, guys.
I mean, it's pretty simple. You can watch how it changed over the decades. From in the 70s they were talking about that the whole world would go cold, and then in the 80s it turned into the whole world was going to get too hot, and now it's just like
global warming, and then they rebranded it as climate change.
Yeah, rebranding of bullshit.
Yeah, you guys know what we're talking about. Remember that? What was that clown's name? What was he? Was he a vice president at one time? What was that guy? He was the most famous guy that brought it out initially, right?
Oh, you talking about Al Gore? Oh, God.
Al Gore, right. Was he a vice president or not? Am I misremembering that or not?
I don't want to get into politics with it because I hate both, but...
Anyway, that's fine. But we remember that. He brought that whole thing out. He's the one that's thrust it upon us, and then for the next couple of decades, whatever it's been, it's all been, a fraudulent activity. Much of it is. They're lying to us about everything.
Al Gore's just a useful idiot they could use to push that.
They lie. They lie.
Well, they lie about a lot of things. My worry is that you see with the climate agenda and all that stuff that they did, they never go after the right people. They go after people. Like, oh, your small garden is polluting the environment. You can't have a garden, or you can't drive your car, or you can't have a gas oven. But big corporations can pollute and do all the crap that they do. Trust me, there's plenty of pollution going on. They're just not letting you see it. It's the big corporations that are doing horrible things to the environment all the time. But that's not what they're ever fighting against or stopping. No, they go after the little guy and say you can't have your gas oven or you can't have your iridescent light bulb,
That's right. They're trying to keep people from catching the rainwater in certain areas.
Yeah,
and
Nestle says you have no right to own your water. You know, you don't have the right
after
to
they suck it all out of after they suck it all out of the Great Lakes or whatever they're doing over there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
They're going to do that because right now they're building right in my town and surrounding area. They're building huge data centers, which need lots of water to cool.
Right. What is up with that is, you're right. That's on the top of the order of the news list, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
How in the hell can they justify that? And what's the necessity for all this water? Can't they come up with another way to cool this situation? Come on.
I should just tell you how bad the EMF and what's coming out of those places are. You want to talk about environmental impacts?
Exactly.
I'm just saying, you know, but they'll give lots of jobs. Like what? To 5 people that manage it? I don't know. You know, I mean, you know, it's happening. Like it or not, they're putting up data centers and more EMF and all this other brilliant stuff they're doing. And they want to tell us I can't have a gas stove. You know. Or I don't. Yeah. I don't trust the water in my own city because they put fluoride in it and the pipes are bad and all that stuff. I don't drink it. You know.
Oh no! Yeah, no. You can't drink the water with the fluoride when they're definitely admitting.
And that water's still not free. I got to pay the city for that, So it's like whatever. If I'm gonna pay the city, I'll just go buy my spring water and say, "F you, ain't using your water."
Exactly.
Well, hey man, thanks for calling in.
All right, good talking to you guys. Hey,
yeah.
Take care, and we'll talk to you next time.
All right, man. Next time. Have a great night.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Great calls tonight. Loving it. I'm going to be ending the show here soon. I don't know if we want to try another round at Zener cards, or did anybody want a card from Jamie before we go? Was there anybody? I was trying to keep an eye on the chat room, but I didn't get to see. Anybody want a card from Jamie? You can call in and get it too here. We still got time. I'll still take another call too. But we'll do another Zener card. If anybody wants a card from Jamie at the end here too, we can do. All right, getting ready to pull another card. Open your minds. Like in Total Recall. Open your mind. Open your mind. Sorry. All right. Wait. Pull a card. Random card. Okay, I got my card. All right. It's random. I don't pick them. So I'm sending it out now. Here we go. Try again. All right, looking for answers. Special Power wants a card from Jamie. You work on that. I'll give the answer out here soon. We got a caller on the line too. I'll take one more call. Hold on to the caller in line. I'll get you in a second.
Sorry again.
No. So I'm guessing Colt there is saying a circle. No. So I got Special Power and Greg. Square from Murray. Circle from Azuriana. No. Sending it out. There's no rectangle. No rectangle. Square,
plus.
maybe.
Plus.
All right, Rod says plus. Star. No raw. Drake, no raw. All right, let's see what we have on the line before I give this answer. Maybe they got one too. Who do we got on the line?
It's your buddy old pal, Tyler.
Hey, Tyler, what are you thinking it is? I'm sending it to you now. No.
Hold on. Let me see. I see a circle.
All right, you said circle.
I think it's a circle.
All right, everybody ready? Nobody freaking got it, and it was wavy lines again. I don't pick these. It's random. I thought did you say wavy lines right at the beginning, and then you retracted it, Rob? I thought you did.
I was gonna say that, but yeah.
I heard you say wavy line again, and then you came back with a circle, square, or whatever. But always trust what you first see, or I'm just a bad telepathy to you guys. It's my fault. Hey, Tyler, how you been, man?
Pretty good. A lot better than I have been. I miss you guys.
Miss you too, bud.
Played some PUBG today.
Oh, man, I miss those days. I was showing Jamie a video of me playing VR in this game called Contractor Showdown where I whipped these 3 guys' butt. Yeah, I was like, I miss playing with you guys. I'm in the VR world now. I wish they were on there with me. It was a lot of fun, those PUBG days. My phone won't work on it anymore.
Oh, yeah, I was just calling in to see you guys open lines tonight, and it's usually a good time to call in and check in.
So would you eat synthetic meat? Meat grown on a stick has always been my classic question to people over the decades. I've talked about this.
There's a lot of things that, like corn dogs, I kind of question that being on a stick. I don't know about synthetic meat, though.
Question corn dogs. Well, yeah, you should probably question what's in a hot dog, but actual synthetically grown meat, grown from, I'll give it away here, probably why you'd say no. Cancer cells. Yes, the gene that was discovered.
Yeah,
that's yum.
Yeah. Would that give you cancer is the question if you eat it.
Or other things. I don't know. We all turned into zombies.
What side effects are there to when you eat this food?
Right. I mean, we don't even know the side effects of the crap we're putting in the food now.
Right. Well, we have an idea what like the artificial red and yellow do. Like there's kids out there that they can't eat. They can't eat the red dye. They get sick off of it.
They're going to get rid of it. They say the Health and Human Services Secretary says that it's it. They got till 2026 to get rid of it or something like that, right?
And if you notice, if you turn your food around, one of the most important, a bodybuilder pointed this out, that in most of our food we don't have vitamin B in it. Like we have B12, which is like the worst one they have.
Right. They put that in your bread. They put that like they like your enriched bread and all that stuff is they're putting this vitamin B12, which is really like a waste product.
And this
it's a waste.
And
product.
this is one of my conspiracies to this. Now this is just think about this. Look at everybody else's armies but ours, right? And we have the greatest army in the world. And greatest technology, but if you look at our soldiers, they're puny compared to the rest of the world, and it's because of our food.
Well, I think North Korea's got punier soldiers. If you've seen them in those footages out of
yeah, they're tiny too, and most of our farmland.
They don't get hardly any food. Poor kids.
Like Hormel chili. There's Oscar Mayer Wiener got bought out. There's a couple other companies, and they're owned by China. And scratch your chin on that.
China. Oh yeah,
China.
Buying up farmland. There's some states are now starting to fight back against that. that are banning purchases of farmland by China. I think that's great. I don't think a foreign entity.
Yeah, I mean I think that's
entity should have
a problem.
I honestly, we should not allow any foreign entity to manufacture our pharmaceutical drugs that people do need. There are some things people do need that will die without. We shouldn't have that done overseas. That should be all made in America. And it's, and all of our farmland should be protected, heavily protected.
Yeah.
Protected not just from China, but from people like Bill Gates and others.
Like Bill Gates, yeah.
Monsanto who screwed up the whole wheat supply of our country. And I think that's why we have so many wheat allergies now.
I heard that also, too, that Bill Gates owns a bunch of farmland in the Midwest.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not, but...
He's not the only one who's bought it up, though. There's other of these billionaires doing the same.
He's supposed to be more food than anybody.
They know what they're doing.
Yep, and it doesn't matter who's in power. It doesn't matter who you elect. They pay them both, and you're going to get the same results. They're going to get their way.
Yep.
We're going to be eating synthetic meat. They're going to give us an allergy to real meat, so we won't have a choice. That's what Bill Gates wants to do. He wants to give us an allergy to real meat. Through bugs, through insects that he genetically gene alters to invite us and then makes us allergic to meat. He said this openly.
Yep, I've eaten an earthworm before. That didn't have no taste to it.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. There's a certain thing that a lot of bugs have in it that like birds can digest it. They're no problem, but humans can't digest it over a long period of time. That's why I think they're going to give up on the bug farms and stuff. I think they're going to move totally towards the synthetic meat. I mean,
I just don't see tarantulas and barbecue sauce sounding anywhere close to chicken nuggets and barbecue sauce.
It'll be just like I said. It'll be too much. Go see the show Upload. I think it was their second or third season. They show this farm and they have this big giant, pulsating slab of meat that takes up a huge warehouse.
Oh my God.
And it's just a big slab of genetically cancer tumor that they're shipping out as meat to people. That's the future of farming there in that show. That is, and they had this big cow, this genetically grown cow that has all these udders that spew out different cheeses. and milks like cottage cheese out of the rudder, right out of
Like, I stuck to a diet, and I was eating venison, fresh pork, and chicken all the time. Every time I would eat venison, though, I got really big and strong. Like,
Yeah, but my problem with the venison thing, man, like I said, go back to the episode, I can't remember the guest's name, when we talk about the prion diseases and stuff like that. I'd be very cautious of wildlife eating game. I would, man.
yeah, you gotta be sure. They got diseases. CWD is really big.
That was our topic tonight. If you didn't see the pulsating pulse modules on the deer and the rabbits and the squirrels, and I would not eat any of that, especially after the prion thing. I would not eat anything game-wise. And that sucks, because, if things go to bad, you would depend on those things to survive, right? To eat.
Yeah, and I don't know, something about Venice burgers is so good.
Oh, I know. I love
so
venison.
good.
Don't get me wrong. I love venison, man. When I was a kid, I had a lot of it. I love venison meat, man. I love the taste of it. I miss it. I haven't had it in a long time. Long time since I was a kid.
It's just like the purity of the meat is different than what we buy in stores. I feel. Granted, you got diseases out there, chronic wasting disease, which is like mad cow. They don't. In Wisconsin, for every 6 deer you shoot, you got to turn in 2 of the heads. And if one head tests positive for CWD, you got to throw all that meat away.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't eat any of it. I'm just saying, it's very bad. It's very bad. We sadly have screwed the environment up in so many ways, and that's not whatever they talk about when we screw up the. They just want to go after your gas oven. They don't talk about the stuff they really do to screw up the environment.
Yeah, and kill all the poultry when something's really bad, and then the prices of groceries go up because there's not enough food supply.
It was never some big corporation that killed a bunch of the poultry. It was always some poor farmer that was still trying to keep alive in the industry. They went after them.
Yep.
Yeah, they used poultry industry, the big agra used that to destroy a lot of small farmers with those kill off of with the avian flu.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly. So they can control more of the market and your food supply. I mean, even Chick-fil-A was like, we used to get grass-fed chickens that roam free, and they're like, oh, nope, no more. We're going to get our chicken from Purdue, genetically modified and all. Chick-fil-A. It all have to bow down eventually to it. So don't eat fast food. Don't eat grow your own food and find a good butcher and market local if you can. That's the best you can do.
Well, I was watching Modern Marvels today, and they were talking about the invention of the microwave. When it came out during World War II, it was like a massive unit. People were scared to use it because it was radiation and all that other stuff. And look at the meals that you can cook in a microwave.
Yeah, I mean, I have a microwave, but my grandmother never had. My great-grandmother never had one. She didn't trust it.
I question the food that comes out of that thing sometimes, but it's so good.
I don't know if it's great to microwave. My wife's not a big fan of microwaving things, but we do when we have to, but she's not a fan
I
of
don't
it.
microwave on plastic no more.
No, definitely don't do that. My wife's gotten rid of all the plastic stuff. We don't have anything like that anymore to microwave. Everything's glass or whatever.
Yeah, like the Hunger Man, the chicken, it's like that meal. Those are only $5, but it comes with but there's 23% grams of protein, and the chicken looks like it's so good and tender and everything and juicy. And I'm sitting there eating, and I'm like, how is this chicken under $5? But when I go down to the aisle here, I have to pay nearly $15-20 for a whole chicken.
Yeah. That's how they're going to get you. That's how they're going to get you. They're going to outprice it, and you can't afford real meat anymore. You're going to have to buy the synthetic crap or go vegan.
Yep.
Yeah. But I got to end the show, Tyler. I got to get up in about 6 hours. It's good to
hear. All right, Rant. Good to hear from you. Rant is over.
Well, you do good.
I love you guys.
Yeah, love you too, bud.
Talk to you guys soon.
All right, later.
Take care, Tyler.
But yeah, I'm gonna end the show there. I gotta be up in 6 hours. Won't be back next Sunday. We don't have I'll be in camping down southern Indiana and Labor Day weekend. So have a great Labor Day weekend, guys. We'll be back in a couple weeks. I don't remember who do I have as a guest. I think our next guest. Shoot.
Deborah.
Gil Sanchez. I can't remember.
I pulled everybody's cards. I tried to email to who I could. I don't know, or message Deborah. I don't know if you have a Facebook or not, but if you
Oh,
do, I have your card.
this is weird. Debbie. Well, what is this, Debbie? Schmoley. Debbie Schmoley, I think is who sent this to me. Sent me about a picture of something crashing into the moon. Here. This is weird. Hold on. I gotta see if Rob can show this really quick before he falls asleep on me. Hold on. I'm gonna send this. Debbie Schmoley sent this to me. Hold on. We'll take one last weird look at something here. I kind of want to see this. I think it's CGI. I don't know. I just sent it to the group thing, Rob. The group messenger. And then we'll end the show on this. Do you think something crashed in the moon? I don't know. I'm watching it. I want to say CGI.
Wait, let me just read at least her
Oh, you have the cards. You do the cards while he gets that. I forgot. I'm so sorry.
because I can't email it to where is she, Deborah?
Yeah, go ahead and read the cards. I forgot about the cards. That Tyler that called in.
Deborah, what card did you get? I can't remember what card I said you had.
Can you enlarge that, Brad? Without crashing, I hope.
Okay, Deborah. I think you were
It didn't let you.
the knowing. Were you knowing? Linda's creative. Why is Deborah the only one? She said card me so hard. Oh yeah, Deborah's knowing. Okay, so Deborah, you have this. And your card. We all have experienced that gut feeling or intuition that resides inside of us. The vibration of just knowing without knowing why. It's time to get more in touch with this vibration. Listen to what you hear and act upon the messages you receive as they will guide you on the journey you are destined for. Now is the time to open up everything in the universe and beyond. And I believe I was able to email everybody else theirs.
The reason I think this is CGI is the plume that hits this moon is way too big. That would be way. I mean, it looks like a massive object hitting the moon. I get it, but the plume looks like CGI, and it would that'd be hundreds of miles out, and then that cloud dust would spread. You would see it. It'd be all over the news. That'd be huge. Huge. I think it's CGI, and the color looks wrong, like when the plume comes out. I don't think you would see color like that from the plume. It looks totally like CGI. That's the thing, you can't believe anything. They just tell AI, hey, give me a picture of the moon, or like something's crashing into it, and it'll do all the work for you now.
I know, and now like they're grabbing from their own stuff and making it like it's real.
But did you have another card, or was that it?
No, I was able to actually send everybody else theirs in Messenger.
All right. Sorry, I ran out of time there.
That's cool. Everybody still got a picture of it, and they got their card, so it's all good. Everybody's taking care.
Would it be the first time NASA put out fake videos? Yeah. They don't need any help putting out fake videos, that's for sure. All right, well, that's it for the show. We'll be back next Sunday. This is a guy I met through doing that TV show thing I was doing. He did it, too, and messaged me. His name's Gil Sanchez, and he's a law enforcement officer who encountered something in the woods we're going to talk about not next Sunday, but the following Sunday, because we won't have a show next Sunday because I will be camping. So next Sunday, no show, but the following, we'll be back. With Gil Sanchez. We're going to talk about his encounter when he was a police officer. I can't remember what state it was. Colorado, maybe? I don't know. And, I don't know how long he'll be on, but we might not have him for the whole night, but we'll have him on and then probably do some open lines after. But in a couple weeks from now. All right, guys, thanks for joining the show tonight. Don't forget to subscribe and follow and tell your friends on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And you can also make sure if you want to become a channel member, help support the show, or Patreon. The links are in the show description for Patreon. And you can always if you're on YouTube, it's easy to become a YouTube channel member. And just keep sharing the show and telling people about this is where the weird happens live every Sunday night. Thank you, guys. Have a great week. Have a great Labor Day weekend. See you in a couple weeks.